Let's talk about Kevin Stefanski and this fan base being obsessed with hating Stefanski no matter a win or a loss. We're going to do a different style of a Cleveland Browns report today because we're going to have a bit of a group therapy session, a bit of a, huddle up moment and really boil down why are people just so determined to hate Stefanski after this team wins? Like, you could maybe win a game and it be in despite of your NFL head coach, but I'll tell you this much. You don't beat a 5-0 San Francisco 49ers team with your practice squad quarterback without an awesome game plan and preparation throughout the week by your NFL head coach. I think sometimes fans think that all coaches do is show up on Sundays. No, they are getting the team ready throughout the week. They are installing a game plan to beat the 49ers. So when this team does beat the 49ers, it's because of what they've been doing this past week, right? What they saw on tape from the 49ers. Areas of weakness they wanted to exploit. Areas for improvement on their own end. So when this team beats a 5-0 49ers team, the reaction should not be, well, Kevin Stefanski didn't do anything. It's all Jim Schwartz. Hey, Jim Schwartz's defense kicked ass, and without them, you're right, they probably don't win this game. But let's not act like Jim Schwartz's defense scored every single point today, okay? Kevin Stefanski's team put up 19 points against one of the best defenses in the NFL with a practice squad quarterback. That is something Jim Schwartz has nothing to do with. So let's run through some quick facts here, kind of set a bit of a baseline, if you will. Under Kevin Stefanski, the Browns are 29-26. That is the best head coaching record for any Browns head coach since '99. In the 55 games prior to Kevin Stefanski, which is 29 plus 26, the Browns are 14-40-1. Think about that. 14 wins in the 55 games prior to Stefanski. 29 wins with Stefanski. And you guys are obsessed with hating on him after wins. They are 1-1 in the playoffs. When they play teams with a record of 500 or greater, they're 9-8. This is not a team that just beats the teams they're supposed to beat, but can't beat the good teams, right? This is not Penn State football. This is a team that goes out there and beats some of the juggernauts, knocks off the 5-0 49ers, right? Hangs with some of the best teams in the NFL. This is a team that can compete with the best of them. And by the way, for all my season ticket holders out there, home record under Kevin Stefanski, 19-10. NFL tickets are not cheap. So when fans spend hundreds of dollars to go to games Sunday after Sunday, and they see loss after loss, it stings a little bit more. Because you're like, I know I just didn't take 3 friends of mine, 4 tickets, $1,200, food, beer, drinks, parking, nearly a $2,000 investment depending on where you're sitting for us to lose. So at least Kevin Stefanski is giving fans a better showing than any Browns coach has done since '99. The Browns beat the 5-0 49ers on Sunday, and some of you guys want to spend all Monday and Tuesday complaining. Why? I don't understand that. Sure, you could come away from a win or a loss, maybe not being completely sold that Kevin Stefanski is an incredible coach, but keep that shit to yourself. You don't have to go out there and broadcast, Stefanski still sucks. What? Kevin Stefanski, I think, and I told this to producer Trace, is like the Tua of NFL head coaches. People have their minds made up, whether he's a good coach or a bad coach. And when they have a bad performance, they use that to support their argument. But when Tua throws for 400 yards and 4 or 5 touchdowns against the Broncos and they win 70-20, you don't hear a lot of Tua haters. Yet in Cleveland, when the Browns beat the 5-0 49ers without Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, and Joel Petonio, fans all of a sudden think, you know what? Coach still sucks. I'm going to let you guys in on a quick fun fact here. Since 2000, quarterbacks with less than 200 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 2 or more interceptions are 24 and 484. You want to know who fits that criteria? You want to know who's one of those 24 NFL winning QBs in these circumstances? P.J. Walker. 170-ish yards, no touchdowns, no picks. And the Browns offense still put up 19 points. It's not like the defense spotted them a pick six. No, you had a touchdown and 4 field goals. 5 scoring drives with P.J. Walker being told, you're the starting quarterback on Tuesday. 24 wins. It's happened 500-ish times, and only 24 quarterbacks have won. And by the way, Kevin Stefanski, he has coached 2 of those 24 wins. Remember when Baker had a bad game against the Bengals? Denzel Ward had a pick six, not the 99-yard pick six, the 64-yard pick six or something like that. That was another game where Kevin Stefanski coached an offense to a win, despite having those numbers from his quarterback. I think ultimately there are too many Browns fans out there that just believe it's rooted in them to hate the head coach. And they have fair reason to do so with the absolute awful line of head coaches that have come before Kevin Stefanski. But I'm going to let you guys in on a quick secret here. This is not the norm. Like, other NFL fan bases, they don't do this after wins. Just because Browns fans are conditioned to hate their head coach because Hugh Jackson has them winning 1 game in 2 seasons, doesn't mean that when you get a good head coach that has you winning more often than you're losing, you still have to hate the head coach. Enjoy the winning. It hasn't happened very much lately. Don't waste awesome victory Mondays like it's another loss. There's been way too many of those in Browns history. You guys want to ruin a rare victory Monday for this fan base and this franchise over the last 20 or so years? By all means, if that's how you want to spend your Monday, go do it. Just don't do it in my comment section. I want to enjoy victory Monday. Every loss, by the way, is always on Stefanski. But not a single win will ever be credited to him. Browns beat the 49ers. Defense was incredible. Not taking anything away from that. It's okay, it's possible for Kevin Stefanski and Jim Schwartz to both be good at their job and be responsible for a win. It doesn't have to be one or another. That's why you have offense and defense. They work together. It's not always going to be just one side winning. If the defense pitches a shutout and is responsible for every single point on the board because of a pick six and a scoop and score, fine. That's 100% on Jim Schwartz. But Kevin Stefanski, who is responsible for the offense, coached this team to a good game plan, good execution, and 19 points, and that was enough to beat the 49ers. If I told you before the game the Browns are going to score 19 points, you probably think they've got a better shot of winning this game than maybe I thought beforehand. Give Stefanski credit for that. Give Stefanski credit for this team coming in prepared after the bye, not sluggish, not out of whack, but ready to punch the 5-0 49ers in the mouth. Now listen, I'm not standing here today saying Kevin Stefanski is the best coach in the NFL. No one is saying Stefanski is perfect. There are other coaches I would take over Kevin Stefanski. But can we enjoy for once a season-changing win, beating the 5-0 49ers, improving to 3-2 when no one gave you a chance, with your third-string quarterback on the field, and not fire another coach because that's just what Browns fans are used to doing. They just refuse to accept that they can be happy. Look at some other fan bases out there. No one does this after losses like Browns fans do. And also, for anyone that wants to say it's only Jim Schwartz, might I rebuttal with this? Who hired Jim Schwartz? Does Kevin Stefanski not get any credit for recognizing, Joe Woods, you suck. And instead of compounding my mistake by holding on to you after I hired you, I'm going to correct my mistake. People make mistakes all the time. I make mistakes at work. You make mistakes at work. Do you correct your mistakes? Sure. That's what Kevin Stefanski did. He made a mistake hiring Joe Woods. Everyone makes mistakes. And then he corrected it. And he had a couple of options. He could have gone with some other DCs. But he nailed the choice in Jim Schwartz. But he doesn't get any credit for that. No. Not in some of your guys' minds. And before we get to the rest of my TED Talk on defending Kevin Stefanski, Our show today was made possible thanks to our sportsbook partner over at BetUS. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code Browns125. Enter both of those pieces of information in. You can get a 125% deposit bonus. Now let's talk Week 7 odds here. The Browns are on the road, and they are 2.5-point favorites at Indianapolis with Gardner Minshew starting. No more Anthony Richardson. Jim Irsay thinks he could be lost for the rest of the year. So if you want to put some money down on the Browns minus 2.5, chatsports.com/bet, promo code Browns125. Let's talk more about whether or not Stefanski is fair to be getting all of this blame. Because like I said, no one is perfect, but I am just tired and exhausted of fighting these battles online with people who believe, well, Stefanski did nothing this Sunday. Again, can we go back, please, to the stat about quarterbacks who have thrown for less than 200 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, and their record since 2000 being 24 and 484, and Kevin Stefanski being the head coach for 2 of those wins? If you don't want to like Stefanski, fine. There are fair reasons to not like him as a head coach at times. But not after beating the 49ers, the 5-0 Niners, with P.J. Walker at quarterback, putting these types of numbers up, and still putting together a good game plan and good in-game adjustments and going to what is working to at least get yourself in a position to win. That is a good coach right there. That is good coaching. He's not perfect. There are times where he overthinks stuff and he gets too cutesy. But you know what? Was Andy Reid perfect with Philadelphia off the bat? No. Was Bill Belichick perfect in Cleveland the first go-around? No. Stefanski might never ever amount to one of those coaches, but find me a coach who in their first 3 seasons was perfect. Not happening. So what's your confidence level in Kevin Stefanski? Let's kind of wrap up the show with this and just some last thoughts I have. Scale it 1 to 10 for me down in the comment section. What's your confidence level in Coach Stefanski? For me, I would put it at a 7.8. I'm at a 7.8 in Stefanski. This team is 3-2, and they've beaten teams like the Cincinnati Bengals, Tennessee Titans, and the San Francisco 49ers. 2 teams that were in their respective championship games last year, and it's a well-coached group from Mike Vrabel. Yeah, sue me for being confident in Stefanski after those 3 wins. All right, that's going to do it for us on today's show. I hope we never have to have another episode like this. I hope everyone can just enjoy Victory Monday and not revert, going back to old ways of, well, I'm just programmed as a Browns fan to wake up every Monday and want to fire the coach. Turn your batteries off and put them back in. You don't have to do that when you're winning games, guys.